This is KD8SLG. Testing the node. Anybody out there hear me?
Hey, CFY, loud and clear there, Mr. Nick. KD8SLG, K5CFY.
K5CFY, KD8SLG. Thank you very much, Ray. Good hearing you there on the Kids Skywarn net. And, hey, got to spend a little time with WB8VMW this afternoon. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good deal. Hope he's doing all right. And, Miss Judy, I hope they treated you nice.
Yeah, let's see, OG and K4OG and K8MMY, Chris, and KB8LNK, Ron, and I went out and visited for, probably about an hour. We got to see the bomb shelter and the radio lineup and all kinds of fun stuff, so it was good seeing Jim this afternoon. KD8SLG.
All right, well, I missed you on the Oklahoma link net tonight, but I think you're still at the farm. So anyway, I had a pretty good net, but we'll be ready to check into the beacon net. I see it's on the net logger now, so I guess you're set up and ready to go. Do you have any, looks like you're off tonight, huh?
That's right. I have no responsibilities whatsoever. I'm back down the farm for the evening, and I'm just here to check in with Nick. I did get to see Nick at night this afternoon for a while too, or this morning anyway. So it was a good day. Hamfest is always a good time, getting to see everybody. Saw Eric as well, and Andy. The whole gang was there. Anyway, Eric's probably getting things geared up, so I'm going to bounce out of here. We'll talk again soon. K5CFY, KD8SLG. Talk to you later, Ray.
Hey, Nick. Well, good to hear you in there. Wish I could have been there. But anyway, we'll get off of here, and it's almost time for them to start the pre-net, so we'll get off of here and let them go. K5CFY, we'll be listening.
W8WKY.
KD8SLG AI5Q. Hey, bud, can you do me a favor and log into 530123, check in and make sure that you point out that you're on Allstar and you live in Ohio, and this is your first and last check-in until they correct their club mistakes, and just be a general jerk about stuff. That would be awesome. Thanks. AI5Q.
AI5Q, KD8SLG. I'm not sure I got that no number. Was it 503123? Confirm, please. KD8SLG.
Close. 530123. 530123. AF5LW Hub Cloud is what it's called. And their net should be starting in 1 minute.
Let me get through Mickey Mouse roll call. I'll bounce over there. KD8SLG.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST, this is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha KE8VZA. My personal here is Eric Echo Romeo India Charlie I will be your pre-net net control operator tonight for the BeaconNet pre-show here on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. The frequency is 147 Mark 390, and the PL tone is 114 Mark 8, and the repeater has a positive offset. You can also connect to us via Allstar Node 48496 or via Echolink. Look for W8WKY-R. Anyway, this is a controlled pre-net. I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly, and emergency or urgent traffic, please break through at any time. At this time, I'll take a break for any urgent or emergency traffic. Hearing nothing, we'll move on. Let's see, what else did I forget here? The BeaconNet meets every Sunday night and Wednesday nights at 10 o'clock with the pre-show at 9:30 with early check-ins during the pre-show, sometimes a little bit before. I did get some people from the blue screen tonight, and we have a list going so far. Before we get to more check-ins, I'm going to go ahead and check in with our net control team tonight, do our notorious Mickey Mouse roll call. So we'll start up at the top of the list. Nick at Night, KE8QKO. How you doing? Was good seeing you at the Hamfest tonight.
KE8VZ8, KE8QKO. Yes, sir. It was good to see you as well. It was a fun little Hamfest. Walked around, mostly just talked to people instead of really buying stuff. But sometimes that's the good part of a Hamfest. Anyway, with that, I'll be standing by for the start of that and let you take on the pre-show. Thank you, Eric, and talk to you in a half hour. KE8QKO.
Very good, Nick. Yep, it was good seeing you today, and it was a good Hamfest. A lot of people there, a lot of vendors. I did buy a few things, a few smaller things. So we'll clear with KE8QKO for now. He will be our net control station at the top of the hour. And let's see, we'll go on down to Dustin, KD8EPC. Are you out there, Dustin? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KVZA and the BeaconNet pre-show. This is KD8EPC. Well, good evening to you, Eric. Just got inside. It was a trick-or-treat in my neighborhood tonight, so we passed out some candy, and I was sitting out there. I had a fire going in the driveway in the fire pit, and I was waiting for it to burn down. So we're on Echolink right now, but we're going to stick around for the big show, and we should be by radio by the time it gets around to us. With that, this is KD8EPC. Back to pre-net control.
All right, Dustin, good deal. Good to hear you tonight. Thanks for joining us. And your neighborhood's very lucky. They have their own Sasquatch for Halloween. That's cool. That is very cool. Anyway, we'll clear with KD8EPC for now, and we'll go down to KD8SLG, just Nick. Good seeing you today at the Hamfest as well. And good to hear you got to go see Jim there. That's cool. Are you going to stick around for the pre-show tonight, or the net tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens. Yeah, I'm going to be sticking around, but I got to go run an errand for AI5Q first. I'll be back. This is KD8SLG. Back to net control.
All right there, Just Nick. I'm sure you'll be back by the time we get around the horn and get back to you. So thanks for helping out AI5Q there, and we'll clear with you and go down to W8HRF. Josh, how you doing tonight, Josh? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
K8VZA, W8HRF. Good evening, Eric. Good evening to everybody on the BeaconNet pre-show. I am going to stick around for as long as I can, but I have to be at work at 7 tomorrow. So we'll see how long I make it. But I'm going to be sitting here on the computer for a little bit and be listening, so I'll be around. K8VZA, W8HRF. By the way, Lucy's all the way upstairs, so she probably won't be around tonight.
All right, Josh, very good. I guess I'll leave you on the list there, and we'll mark Lucy in and out because upstairs is so far away. It's just so far away. Anyway, I'm just teasing you. Very good, very good. Good to hear you tonight. Let's see. 7 a.m. That is kind of early. That's the ungodly hour from what I hear. Anyway, we're clear with W8HRF for now. We got KE8YUK in and out. And next on the list is our Alt Trivia Master, also known as a rubber chicken wrangler. And his name is Alan, KI5DAY. How you doing tonight, Alan? And you got an Alt Trivia question primed and ready to go?
KI5DAY, I'm sorry, I just hit on frequency and I heard Alt Trivia. Were you calling me?
Yes, Alan, we're just doing the Mickey Mouse roll call. I saw you in the blue screen and just touching base with you. And do you have Alt Trivia ready to go? It's not that time yet, but just an inquiry.
Yeah, I do actually. Sorry. I for sure have an Alt Trivia question ready to go. So I will be standing by and hanging out and saying howdy to everybody. And here we is. KI5DAY, back to you.
All right, very good, Alan. And I hope Larry's doing well. And we'll hear from you in a bit. We'll clear with KI5DAY for now. Okay, that brings us through our net control team. And we're going to go ahead and take some more check-ins here. I'm going to read off who I have thus far, most of whom, I think all of whom, I have harvested from the blue screen. Let's see, where are we? W3ETV Eddie, AB8MO Andy, K5CFY Ray, KC3SEG Greg, WB4AIZ Chuck, N8WB Stephen, and KD2HCE Chris, who asked to be in and out tonight in the revolving door. So there you have it. We'll go ahead and open up the floor for more check-ins. Please give me your call sign phonetically and just keep them rolling, and I'll log all of you in.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Oscar Yankee, KE8 QOY, Joe, Austintown, Youngstown.
Kilo 4, Oscar Golf, K4OG, Mark in Copley.
All right, I'll pick it up there. All right, we added two more to the list. KE8QOY, Joe from, where did he say he was from? Over near Youngstown is what QRZ is telling me. K4OG, Mark. There you have it. We're going to go ahead and work this here. So I'm going to go up to the top to W3ETB Eddie. How you doing, Eddie? Good to see you back again. And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? W3ETB, this is KE8VZA. Eddie, are you out there? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
I'll be here. Actually, I got to clear my throat, I guess. I just was sidetracked here, and I saw the line pop up on my name, and I said, well, I better, go ahead and hit the space bar here. Yeah, I'll be listening for those trivia questions. W3ETB, back to that.
All right, very good, Eddie. Good to hear you tonight. Got you on the list. We'll clear with W3ETB for now and go down to AB8MO, Andy. How you doing, Andy? Good to see you today at the Hamfest also. And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? AB8MO, this is KE8BZA. Are you out there, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? All right, he's in the blue screen. We probably caught him running to the fridge to grab something before the net. So we'll circle back and check base or touch base with Andy again in a minute. For now, we'll roll on down to Ray, K5CFY. How you doing tonight, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? K5CFY, this is KE8VZA. You out there, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? All right, we'll circle back and touch base with Ray in a minute here. How about Greg, KC3SEG? How you doing, Greg? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Good evening to you, Eric, from Panama City Beach. Yeah, I'll be sticking around. Eric. Keep me on the list. KC3SEG.
All right, Greg, good to hear you all the way from Panama City Beach. And got you on the list here as sticking around. We'll clear with KC3SEG for now and go on down to Chuck, WB4AIZ, also in Florida. How you doing tonight, Chuck? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
WB4AIZ. As usual, no. I get up early anyways tomorrow morning. So I'm going to, my usual in and out. And, yep, it's the usual in and out. I forgot to say that. All right. WB4AIZ.
All right, Chuck, it's good to hear from you. Hope everything's going all right down there in Florida. And we got you on the list as in and out tonight. And 73 to you, Chuck. And we'll clear with WB4AIZ. Next on the list is Stefan. He asked to be put at the back of the bus for the pre-net. So we'll go ahead and skip over him, and we'll circle back to him in a bit. Next was KD2HCE, Chris, who asked to be in and out. 73, Chris. And after that is Joe, KE8QOY. How you doing tonight, Joe? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Doing pretty good. It was nice to see you at the Hamfest and to see Andy. But I'm going to be in and out. I've got stuff I got to get done.
right, Joe. No worries. Good to see you today, too. And got you on the log as in and out. Thanks for checking in. And 73. We'll clear with KE8QOY. And next we'll go down to K4OG, the original gangsta. How you doing, Mark? Definitely good to see you today as well. And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
K4OG. Good evening, Eric. Yes, sir. I'll be sticking around for the big show, and it was great to see you and everyone else. I really enjoyed it. And Jim had a great time with us visitors. He bragged about it on the pajama net. He was tickled pink. K4OG back to Prenet.
All right, Mark. Well, I'm glad you guys got to visit Jim. And one of these days I'll have to tag along with you guys. I was out looking at the pretty airplanes today. But anyway, good to see you today. Got you on the list here. We'll clear with K4OG, and we'll go on down to Tom, KA8MNT. Picked you up from the blue screen there, Tom. How you doing? It was good seeing you today. And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KE8MNT. Well, good evening, Eric, and everybody else is there. I'm probably going to end up being in and out. I'm a little tuckered out tonight. We got up at 4 o'clock this morning to put the finishing touches on the Hamfest down there at MAPS. And it was great seeing a lot of you there. If you bought extra prize tickets, chances are you bought them from me. So we appreciate very much your attendance and your support. So we want to thank everybody that was there from the bottom of our hearts. So with that, I'm going to say 7-3s, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep smiling. It's KE8MNT, back to KE8VZA.
All right, very good, Tom. Yes, I did buy extra tickets today, but you were on break. But I happened to be standing at a table looking at the wares and happened to look up. The guy next to me was you. So there you have it. Anyway, it was a great Hamfest. You guys do a really good job. And, of course, the setting helps a lot. The MAPS Air Museum there is just a tremendous facility. So thanks to you and kudos to the whole team. And I know you guys were up before the chickens. I talked to UIB, and he was telling me all about that. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Tom, and 73. And go enjoy your well-deserved rest. And I'm sure we'll hear you on the barometer net tomorrow. 73, we'll clear with KA8MNT and go on down to Taco Tim, KI5TAQ, all the way from Baofeng, Oklahoma. How you doing tonight, Tim? And are you going to stick around for the big show? All right, I do copy AF5JB. We'll get to you in a minute, Matt. One more call out, KI5TAQ. Tim, are you out there, and are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? All right, don't hear anything, but he's bouncing around in the blue screen here. We'll circle back and pick him up in a minute. In the meantime, we're going to go down and talk to Matt, AF5JB. How you doing tonight, Matt? And you indicated you were short time. Do you have some comments that you would like to share with the net at this time? If so, go ahead.
about it. I ran through a couple of friends of mine there. That's really cool. And then I've got around there for a little bit. Just went outside and cool down a little bit. What you speaking of is currently 52 degrees here in Tulsa. I tell you what, it feels like late spring, and it does fall. And supposed to have thunderstorms, I think, around Wednesday. So, and things might get interesting. So let's see how it goes. But other than that, but no, but sports party. Had a good time doing that. Then went home and had me a beer and played Miss Batman and puzzle. You go to puzzle bubble. And one. Little dinosaurs on it, something like that, but it's still a pretty cool game. And then had a lot of fun, and I went to bed and had me beer and went to bed. And because my Saturday night, and not so easy. Most of the day, and ready for a whole new week here. So, but I just want to chime in for a little bit and see how they won. Jimmy, everybody did say a week, and be out there. Just got me on, and it's good to hear you said it great. And this is AFIJ. Happy Halloween, everybody.
All right, very good there, Matt. Thanks for sharing that with us. Hope you enjoyed the Beetlejuice movie, and you definitely made the rounds again this weekend. Good to see you. Thanks for sharing that with us, and thanks for checking in. I got you on the log here as short time in and out. Okay, we'll clear with AF5JB and go on down to Jeannie, KC3QND. How you doing tonight, Jeannie? I picked you up from the blue screen there, and are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching TV. I'll be sitting here watching it and listening to Ian's. But I do have an announcement tonight if you guys might want to be interested in it. It involves pumpkin patrol. We really need some help this year. This might be the last year we're having trouble getting volunteers, and we're hoping that somebody would like to offer an evening of pumpkin patrol where you sit and patrol a bridge. Would be very helpful. If anybody's interested, get a hold of KD8GLX Keith, and his email is kd8gxl@gmail.com. Get a hold of him, and maybe somebody can help do pumpkin patrol an evening this weekend. I know we really need some for Thursday and maybe Saturday. He'd have to let you know which nights are open, and everybody, just come on down and help out with a little bit of community service. So yeah, I'll stick around.
All right, Jeannie, thanks for sharing that with us. Pumpkin Patrol and get a hold of KD8GXL. So anybody interested, get a hold of KD8GXL at gmail.com. So we got Jeannie, we got you on the list here. We'll clear with KC3QND for now. And I'm going to circle back to Stefan, N8WB. Good to see you today at the Hamfest, Stefan. And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Roger. I'm going to be sticking around today. So, yeah, it was a great Hamfest. Good job, Maslin. And you did sell me my additional tickets, but next year can I have someone sell me the tickets that will actually win me a prize? I kid, of course. But it was a great show, and yeah, it's good to hear from Jeannie. Good to hear you, Jeannie, there. And I'll see you in a couple weeks at the Nor's luncheon. So I'll send it back to Net Control. Appreciate you. Yeah, it was good seeing everyone down there at the Maslin Hamfest. So I'll wait for next year's. And the Maps Museum is really, really great. Interesting, too. I'll send it back. November 8 Whiskey Bravo.
All right, Stefan. Yeah, if you figure out the inside track to the winning ticket, let me know. It was sad seeing my FTDX10 go to somebody else, but you know, life goes on. But good to hear you, Stefan. Got you on the log here. So we have a couple minutes before the top of the hour. If there are any other stations that would like to check in out there, I'm listening.
W8WKY.
KC8, Fox Queen Victor. Good afternoon, evening.
Kilo Echo 8 Mike Yankee Chris and Amherst KE8 MMY. I'll tell the big lie and say that I'll be up till the very end, but we will see when we get there. KE8 MMY.
All right, there we go. We picked up two more stations, KC8FQV and KE8MMY. Mark, KC8FQV, we were chatting on the blue screen that we haven't heard from you yet, and we were hoping you'd be along, so it's good to hear you. And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Yeah, I will. Unless the days wore me out, I don't know. You know, that Hamfest was good this morning, and then I stayed and looked at the museum, the second museum in one day at the same location. And then, well, I was going to go to Sandusky, but I didn't do that, but I went to my sister's instead. Home from there, and yeah, there was a couple things to do here when I got home. So all of them are done. So, well, there's more to be done probably. But yeah, we'll stay around. Good seeing everyone down there. It was a good time. That fest is really growing well and fast. You know, it rebounded from what they had. It did a good rebound this year. You know the song, Gloria, kicked them on the rebound. That's what they did. They caught it on the rebound. Yeah, we got Fort Rain, I guess I heard in a couple of weeks, someone said. And so we have a few good Hamfests around. So no excuse not to get to them. They're far and slim picking, not like the olden days. So, KCFQB, back to net.
All right, very good, Mark. It was good seeing you today at the Hamfest. Yeah, it was a great Hamfest. We'll clear with KC8FQV, and I'm going to jump down to KE8MMY real quick. I did hear your call sign there, Chris, but I didn't quite copy everything that you said. Are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
It's a big lie, just like every night. Yes, I'm going to stay around for the big net, and I'm going to listen all the way to the end, unless, of course, you hear me snoring. K8MMY, with you until I'm out.
very good, Chris. It was good seeing you today. And so if we hear somebody snoring, I'm not so sure it would only be you, because I saw somebody else in the blue screen say they were ready for bed. So we'll have to roll the dice there. Anyway, got you on the log there, Chris. And it is time to turn it over to our net control station, KE8QKO, Nick at Night. The floor is yours, Nick.
KE8QKO. Thank you, Eric, and thank you for doing the pre-show. It's fine business as always. Good evening, and welcome to the BeaconNet. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, and I will be net control for the evening. The BeaconNet meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, Fireside Network, and various other repeaters. So we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic, please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Any stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check in at the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, follow them alphabetically, along with your name and location.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kevin in Valley Springs, California.
Echo 4 Uniform Yankee Victor. Michael in Memphis, Tennessee.
Kilo Echo 5, November, Charlie Papa, Tom, Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
All right, I'm going to take it right there. I had 3 stations check in. 2 of yours, I have your call sign. One of you was from Nashville, and you're pretty quiet. So I'm going to read the 2 that I have, and I'm going to call back out for the Nashville stations. Try to come back a little bit louder with your call sign phonetically a couple of times. So the first station I have is K6KJV, you're Kevin, and I have KE5 NCB Tom. That other station that was in between Kevin and Tom, like I said, you were very quiet. I did not catch your call. Could you come back? Well, try to talk a little bit louder, and could you come back and say your call sign twice phonetically, please?
Kilo Echo 4 Uniform Yankee Delta. Kilo Echo 4 Uniform Yankee Delta. Michael in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay, I have Kilo Echo 4 Uniform Yankee. I thought I might have heard Sierra. My net logger thinks he heard Echo. Can you come back with your the last letter of your call sign, please? The Kilo Echo 4 Uniform Yankee station. Could you come back with the last letter of your call sign, please?
Kilo Echo 4 Uniform Yankee Delta. Kilo Echo 4 Uniform Yankee Delta. Michael in Memphis, Tennessee.
right, copy that, Michael. Thank you. As Kilo Echo 4, Uniform Yankee Delta. That's what I have. All right, and we have you in that logger, so I appreciate it. We also have another station that popped in from the blue screen. That's AI5Q Jeers. I have him on the list as well. Are there any additional stations that want to check into the beacon net? Please call now.
Okay, so I checked in, but I want to just make a comment that he might be on some other mode, maybe DMR or whatever. So some of the modes are different audio settings. So that's the only thing I was going to say. KCFQV.
W8WKY.
All right, copy that, Mark. Thanks. Was there somebody trying to check in during the repeater identification? If there was, please call now.
Kilo, Charlie, 0, Delta, Quebec, Tango. Kilo, Charlie, 0, Delta, Quebec, Tango. Grove, Oklahoma, name's Philip. Roger.
Copy that, Philip. I have Kilo Charlie 0, Delta, Quebec, Tango. Thanks for checking in there. Appreciate it. Anyone else would like to check into the beacon net, please call now.
Here is Victor Yankee 1, Mike Golf Sierra, Michael in Yukon. Greetings all.
All right, I got V1MGS. Michael checking in there. Thank you, Michael. Any more check-ins for the beacon net, please call now. All right, we got a pretty good list there. I have 6 stations checked in here after the pre-show. K6KJV, KE4YUD, KE5NCP, AI5Q, KC0DQT, and V1MGS. So that's where I'm at right now. We're going to go up and talk to our trivia masters. I'm going to identify real quick before I do that, but we're going to talk to the trivia masters, and then we'll start running through our check-ins. If you did not make it into the check-ins this time, we will have additional rounds of check-ins, not just one. There'll usually be multiple. Just wait patiently, enjoy the conversation, and we will get you checked in there. So before I go to trivia, this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater. 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're running through some check-ins for the beacon net. Well, first, we're going to open talk to K8VZA Eric to get our primary trivia taken care of there. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA here with the main trivia question. And I have to come clean. I got this question from Andy AB8MO at the Hamfest today when I was scratching my head wondering if I would find some inspiration at the MAPS Air Museum for a trivia question, and he had one ready to go. So here we go. Listen carefully. Which country was the first to launch a geosynchronous satellite for commercial communication within its own country? Your choices are Alpha, the Soviet Union, Bravo, Great Britain, Charlie, Canada, or Delta, the United States. I'll take a break for time and read it again. This is KE8VZA returning with the main trivia question. Listen carefully. Which country was the first to launch a geosynchronous satellite for communications within its own country? Choices are Alpha, the Soviet Union, Bravo, Great Britain, Charlie, Canada, or Delta, the United States. I'll put this one in the blue screen, and this is KE8 VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. I think I know which one I'm going to guess. I wrote my answer down. We'll see how it works out later in the net. Appreciate the trivia question. Next, we're going to talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate question read for us. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY coming through on Allstar. Just out of curiosity, am I humming tonight like a Tibetan choir?
No, it's not like a Tibetan choir. It's more like a gentle machinery hum. But it's pretty quiet. You sounded pretty good.
QSL, I'm actually hearing you louder than normal, but there's a hum with your station, so I don't know. It is what it is. Anyways, here's tonight's alternate trivia question, and yeah. Which one of these items was sold at auction for an amazing $90,000? Again, which one of these items was sold at auction for an amazing $90,000? Was it A, a copy of Harry Potter novel with typos? B, a bracelet Marilyn Monroe was wearing when she died? C, a 1-inch by 2-inch piece of moon rock sealed in nitrogen? Or D, a boat oar used by the famous Scottish 1700s explorer Major Pinkerton Cornwall Bean? Let me let this drop and I'll try to reread that. Alrighty, KI5DAY returning. I'll read it again. I had a little bumble. Which one of these items was sold at an auction for an amazing $90,000? Was it A, a copy of a Harry Potter novel with typos? I can't say that. A copy of Harry Potter novel with typos. That's A. B is a bracelet Marilyn Monroe was wearing when she died. C, a 1-inch by 2-inch piece of moon rock sealed in nitrogen. Or D, a boat oar used by the famous Scottish 1700s explorer Major Pinkerton Cornwall Bean. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan, for another fine alternate trivia question. I wrote my answer down for that one as well, and we'll see how it works out for me when I give them, if I remember to give them, at the end of the net when we talk to the net control team. Appreciate it, sir. Okay, we're going to start going through check-ins here. We have W3ETB Eddie. That's the first on my list. How you doing, Eddie? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Yeah, hi, Nick. It's good to be back. My wife and I, we were watching a public TV series last couple of Sundays. It came on just right at the time when the Beacon Net came on, so I said, well, there's not really much need to be trying to even get in. So the series was over for the season, and so here I am. I'm back. Alan, I am back. Anyway, yeah, we had 54 degrees here in Annapolis today. It was really kind of cool. Well, not really cool in that sense, but cool as in cold. Actually, a little breeze outside, so it was, made it even feel cooler. And yeah, we didn't really do much this weekend. Just kind of hanged around the house, stayed in. The granddaughters, they got cold again this week. They were kind of feeling sick, and their mom went on an ocean cruise to escape and left the granddaughters with the dad. So I'm hoping he's doing okay, and they didn't do anything damage to him, because I texted him the other day and he didn't get back to me, so I hope he's all right. And he has survived. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get into these trivia questions so you can get on down the list. I'm the first one on the list here. I'm going to going to go with, for the main trivia, I'm going to go with D for the US of A here. Because it sounds like something we might go ahead and do, And anyway, then for the alternate trivia question, for Alan's trivia question, I'm going to go with A for the Harry Potter novel. I can't think of anybody that will want to spend $90,000 on a Harry Potter novel with typos, but that does sound like something somebody might do. So, and $90,000 sounded like it was not enough money for the other items. So, of course, it could probably wind up being the moon rock. Anyway, we'll turn it back to you. So you can get on down the list there, Nick. W3TV, I'll say 73 and good night for now, because I'll probably be sleeping a little bit.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Eddie. We got your answers down there for Delta and Alpha. Thanks for checking in there. We'll talk to you later. Next station we have is AV8MO Andy. How you doing, sir? And good to see you at the Hamfest today. I still got your flyer. In fact, I was wondering if the question you were going to have Eric ask was related to the date from your Hamfest and the summer picnic. Some weird concoction there, or the Sarah summer picnic. Anyway, with that, I'll pass it back to you, sir. And looks like Andy is on the phone, so we'll have to get back to him. We'll let him recheck with us when he gets back. And so next we're going to talk to K5CFY Ray. How you doing, Ray? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
P8 QKO on the net, K5CFY. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for putting on the Beacon Net every Sunday and Wednesday night, lighting up the airways. We definitely appreciate it. Thank Eric there for the pre-net, and I guess he's doing the net logging as well, so great job there, guys. For my guess tonight, I'm going to go with Delta and Bravo, so there you go. Again, thanks for running that. Thanks for getting me in there, K5CFY.
All right, thanks for checking in there. Nice hearing from you. We have your answers down as Delta and Bravo. We'll talk to you again later, I suppose, at some point. The next station we have is, actually, before I go down to Greg, I'm going to identify. This is K8QKO on the W8WKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Going through check-ins to the Beacon Net. We're going to go next to KC3SEG. Greg, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
First off, good evening to you, Nick, from beautiful Panama City Beach, Florida, here on the Emerald Coast. Beautiful 82 degrees today, and it's currently at 75 right now. So I'm loving the weather down here. Eddie, I'm sorry it's cold up there in Maryland. That's why I left Maryland. Well, that's not the only reason. I'm just joking. But all's good down here. We didn't do any POTA this weekend because of the contest that was going on. So planning on getting out there tomorrow. Not too much else to say. Before I forget, I'm going to echo Eddie's answers there. I'm going to go with Charlie and Alpha as well. Charlie and Alpha for my questions and answers. Not much else. Everyone have a great day, a good evening, and chat to you on Wednesday. KC3SEG will be clear. Allstar down here in Panama City Beach, Florida. Have a good night. 7:30.
All right, Greg. Good hearing you out there. Thanks for checking in. We have your answers down as Charlie and Alpha. Our next station here is in and out. That's WB4AIZ, which takes us down to N8WB, Stefan. How you doing, sir? Good to see you at the Hamfest today as well. And what do you have for the net tonight?
Well, it was a great Hamfest today. Was really good. Fantastic to hear everybody, or see everybody, I should say, hear everybody. That's funny. Other than that, I picked up a really nice Bishop mast drive-on holder from Ken Dorsey, which I have a real nice fiberglass mast I wanted to try for POTA and other things. And now I have a way to hold it, so I don't have to try to find some obscure place to dig a hole in the ground or whatever. So that was kind of a neat deal from Ken. And some flash drives and a couple other things. I was going to buy a computer. That gentleman by the front door who had the big table of computer stuff, that's where I bought the 264 gig jump drives for $10. He was selling a pack of 2 for $10. And then a pack of 3 of the 64 gig micro SDs for like Pis and stuff for $30 for a pack of 3. So that was not a bad deal. Otherwise, it was a great day. I mean, saw a lot of people from all over amateur radio, so that was pretty cool. I'm going to look at the trivia questions. I'm going to say for the main, I'm not sure, because, first one, I'm going to just say Bravo, Great Britain, and I think for the next one, I don't know, a long shot, a copy of Harry Potter's novel with typos. I don't know why, unless that was the original one that she wrote, or put out. So, so Bravo, Alpha, great net, and thanks for running it. And I'll be here listening to the internet.
All right, thank you, Stefan. We have your answer down for Bravo and Alpha. Yeah, I tried to get that guy to go down on the price on one of those little laptops he had there. Mostly because I only had a certain amount of cash and he wouldn't go down low enough for me. That's all right. That's what happens. Not the end of the world. And then you have 2 stations here. We're in and out. That's KD2ACE and KE8QOY, which takes us down to K4OG. Mark, saw you again today, Mark. I've seen all kinds of people on that today. It's almost like a live beacon net in the morning down in Canton. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the net tonight?
Hey, good evening, Nick at Night, K4OG here. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, it was a wonderful event. Just exceeded my expectations. Better than last year. Good to see everybody there, even if I didn't win a prize. It was great. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, and it was good seeing Jim again. He was tickled pink that we dropped by. And let's see. Got some updates from AC8AT. He's in the hospital over there in Medina. And he's trying to keep up good spirits. He says the food is horrible over there. And let's see. Something about the flies are taking up, the gnats are taking up donations to fix the screen. It's so bad over there. Anyway, let's see if I can answer these questions. It's good about having it. That's not the question. That's not the question. Oh, I left out the trivia marker. Let me get a beat. Okay, K4OG back. Which one of these items sold for an auction? Harry Potter novel. A moon rock sealed with nitrogen. Why not? Sounds good enough to me. For Alan's question. And that satellite deal, I'm just going to say the Soviets. That's a quick guess. Sorry I wasn't more prepared, but that's the way it goes sometimes. K4OG back to net. Have a good evening, everyone.
All right, sounds good, Mark. Sounds good there. We got you down for Alpha and Charlie for your answers tonight. Thanks for checking in there. It's good to see you. Next station here is In and Out. Saw Tom today, but didn't get really a chance to talk to him. He was pretty busy. But KA8MNT is In and Out. Thanks for putting on a great handfest there, Tom, if you are listening. And that takes us down to KI5TAQ, Taco Tim from Bofang, Oklahoma. How you doing, Tim? And what do you have for the net tonight?
Well, not much except for one thing. Let's get the trivia questions out of the way. Let's make it double D's today. Double D's. Because like someone would always say, you can never go wrong with a Cornwaldo bean. Oh, after being on the other net and, shall we say, lurking in the background, which I was doing, and shall we say, they may not have had as many check-ins tonight, but that's all righty. But I'm not going to waste my time on those guys forever and a day, because I got better projects to work on. I got better nets to reside in, or let alone listen into and talk to. And with that said, I'll just send it back to net control. This is KI5TAQ from Baofeng, Oklahoma.
All right, thank you, Tim. Got your answers down there for Delta and Delta. It's good to hear you, and thanks for getting into us here. Pretty early, too. Pretty early in the list. The next station I have here is, I have AF5JB. He's marked as mobile. I missed that. So, Matt, if you're still out there and you want to get in, come on back to us. All right, nothing heard there. I did hear him talking on the pre-show bit, so maybe he got in there. But yeah, thanks for checking in there, Matt. And let's see. Next, before I go to Jeannie, I'm going to identify this is KEAQKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And our next station is KC3QND. Miss Jeannie, how you doing, ma'am? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
QND here. Well, I'm glad everybody had fun at the Ham Fest today. I slept in, we didn't make it. I don't know why they have to be so early. 10 o'clock would be nicer. But anyway, it was a beautiful day, even though it was a little bit on a chilly side. It was a beautiful day. And I was informed that for pumpkin patrol this year, we're looking for more volunteers to do a little civil service and help us with pumpkin patrol. They'll pick you a bridge, you sit there and occupy it and make sure nobody's throwing no pumpkins off. It's a really good idea to do this. And this, without the volunteers, it's going to diminish next year. We're not going to be able to have pumpkin patrol. And it's very important. So if anybody would like to volunteer some time and do a pumpkin patrol this coming weekend, or starting Thursday nights, we really need some help for Thursdays. Get a hold of KD8GXL, Keith, and his email is KD8GXL@gmail.com. Hope we get some more help. So that's about all that I have. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and the weekend's gone to an end, but hey, stay chipper all the next 5 days, and we got another weekend coming up, and enjoy those beautiful leaves changing. KC3QND, I'm back to net.
All right. right, thank you, Jeannie. I didn't get your trivia answers, and I'm curious about that bridge they throw pumpkins off. So don't go anywhere just yet. I'm going to come back to you. We had a short time station pop into the blue screen. He's going to bed. I want to catch him before he leaves, and then I'm going to come back to you, Jeannie. So WHRF, Josh, I know you're ready to go to bed, so I want to give you a chance to come on and throw some comments at the Beacon Net before you do that. So I'll let you get back to me if you can.
K8QKO, W8HRF. Well, hey, thanks, Nick. Appreciate that. Yeah, I got to go to bed. I'm gonna go in a little early tomorrow. We're still trying to finish up a project here at work. I'm not here now, but yeah, this weekend it was kind of long. But anyways, we should be done after tomorrow, which is going to be awesome. So let's see. For the trivia, I'm going to go. I can't remember. I gave my answers already, but not sure if Eric picked them up. So I'm going to say for the main, I'm going to go with Delta, the United States. I like the theme of all the space trivia we've got going on lately. And for Allen's, I'm going to go with a bracelet Marilyn Monroe was wearing when she died, so bravo. Don't know why, but we'll stick with that. Don't have too much else. I'm going to admit I was a little distracted during the net, scrolling through Facebook looking at all these Jim Donovan tributes. So that's kind of sad. For those of you who don't know, he was the radio announcer of the Cleveland Browns for like 25 years. So he was always on the radio when my dad was listening on the weekend. So it's kind of a familiar voice, but as it is for I think a lot of folks around here. But anyways, I'm gonna go before I make Lucy cry. So I'm gonna head upstairs. We'll catch y'all later on Wednesday. K8QKO, W8HRF. Hope you guys had a good time at the Hamfest. 7-3.
All right, thank you, Josh. We have your answers down there for Delta and Bravo. Yeah, I read that he passed away this weekend, and I remember when I was reading the article, I could still hear his voice in my head as I was reading it. Almost like reading it in his voice. It was weird. But thanks for checking in there. I appreciate it. We're going to go back down here to KC3QND, Miss Jeannie. All right, Jeannie, I have two things I might have for you. First, I missed your trivia answers, so if you can come back with those, I'd appreciate it. Also, so people are throwing pumpkins off of a bridge, and you have a pumpkin patrol to keep them from doing that. I only have one question. What bridge is that, so that if you don't have people next year, I can make sure that I avoid it?
Now, KC3QND here. Well, I'm not sure which bridge they'll post you at, but they try to cover almost all the bridges here in the county of Lorraine, and I'm not sure what other counties here is covered, but Keith could explain that more. But yeah, not just pumpkins. Kids nowadays, they go out there and they throw things off the bridges and cause a lot of accidents. Pete and I will be covering an area, and then maybe they'll come and they'll move us to a different area if we don't have enough volunteers, maybe a bridge that's not covered. But it's a very important job to be around there because it's not fun to watch. I mean, they think it's fun. Kids think it's fun, but it could take somebody's life throwing stuff off of bridges. And this seems to be the time of year where people have extra pumpkins that they don't want anymore, and they end up going off of a bridge. And we're not sure which bridge, or maybe no bridge. Maybe they'll behave this year. Let's hope so, with God's blessing. So with that, my answers to the trivia are A and C. I don't know which one's right, which one's wrong, but I'm going to go with A and C for the trivia. And it'll take the net right back to you, KC3QND.
All right, thank you, Jeannie. You have your answers down for Alpha and Charlie. And yeah, that's a shame. People throwing those off the bridges like that. See, that's why I have chickens. I just take my old pumpkins and I take them out and I throw them in the chicken coop and they break open and they eat the flesh out of the inside of them. And that's how I dispose of my pumpkins. It's a lot easier. But thanks for checking in there, man. We appreciate it. And, yeah, good luck with that. Probably not going to make it all the way up there for that, from Akron, but sounds like a good, noble cause. Next station we have is KC8FQV. Mark, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight? Kilo Charlie 8 Foxtrot Quebec Victor. Mark, are you out there? Do you have comments for the net?
W8WKY.
All right, maybe Mark switched to another net or something, and he'll check back with us later, I'm sure. Next station we're going to have is KE8MMY. Chris, how you doing, Chris? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Well, good evening. I'm over here propping up toothpicks, trying to save. Boy, my tongue isn't even awake. But I think that I'll go with Canada because those Canadians are crafty fellas, and they like doing that kind of stuff and not really bragging about it. So I think that might be it. And the other one was also the letter C. And so I think I'll have that go. Had a great time seeing everybody at the Ham Fest. It's a great Ham Fest, great day. Looking forward to seeing everybody at the next event. KE8MMY.
All right, yeah, thank you, Chris. It was nice to see everybody today. I think I saw you, but I didn't get a chance to talk to you. But yeah, it was a fun little thing to do. We have your answers down as Charlie and Charlie, I think. If that's what we have, can you come back and confirm those?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Charlie and Charlie. And all I can think of is is Charlie the tuna fish on the tuna fish can. KE8MMY.
All right, thank you, sir. We have your answers down for Charlie and Charlie. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We've made it through all the pre-show check-ins. That's where we're at right now. So I'm going to do something I like to try to do, and sometimes I remember and sometimes I don't. Before we go continue further with the check-ins we got after the net started, we're going to do a reread of our trivia. We're going to start with K8VZA Eric, and then we're going to go down to KI5DAY Alan. So, Eric, take it away.
KE8QK on the group. This is KE8 back with the main trivia question. Listen carefully. Which country was the first to launch a geosynchronous satellite for communications within its own country, for commercial communication within its own country? Choices are Alpha, the Soviet Union, Bravo, Great Britain, Charlie, Canada, or Delta, the United States. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Another fine question. Let's go down and talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate question.
KI5DAY with tonight's trivia. Here we go. Which one of these items was sold at auction for an amazing $90,000? Which one of these items was sold at an auction for amazing $90,000? Was it A copy of a Harry Potter novel, B, a bracelet when died. C, a 1-inch by 2-inch piece of moon rock sealed in nitrogen. Or D, a boat oar used by the famous Scottish 1700s explorer Pinkerton Cornwall Bean. KI5DAY. Back.
W8WKY repeater PL1 14.8.
All right, thank you for another fine alternate trivia question there, Alan. And let's continue down our list. First we have K6KJV, Kevin. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Well, Mr. Nick at Night, this is K6KJV here in Valley Springs, California. I want to say hello to you, the rest of the crew, and everybody else on the net. And, well, asking me what I got for you tonight, that's a loaded question. But I'm just going to keep it short and stick it to, or keep it on trivia. Double D's. That's right, Delta and Delta. I know I shocked everybody with that. And I don't care what Stupidpedia says, you can never go wrong with the Cornwaldo bean. That's always the right answer, as far as I'm concerned. So, God bless 73 to everyone and your families and friends. And back to you from K6KJV. The mic is yours, sir.
All right, thank you, Kevin. You know, I wonder if I ever met Alan, would he try to sell me a magic Cornwaldo bean? I'm curious. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see what happens and something like that someday. Anyway, next we have KE4. I said that wrong. We have KE4UYD, Michael. How you doing, Michael? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight? Kilo Echo 4, Uniform Yankee Delta. This is K8QKO. Michael, do you have comments for the BeaconNet tonight? All right. Maybe Michael wasn't able to stick around. Maybe we can get a recheck from him later if he comes back on. Let's go down and talk to KE5NCP. Tom, how you doing, Tom? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Yeah, good evening, Nick and everybody else on the net tonight. We thought we'd drop by and check in tonight and get on the books for a change. Been a while since we've been over here. And anyway, let's see, trivia. I'm going to go with Delta and Alpha, D and A. And so that'll take care of the trivia there. Other than that, currently 68 degrees here in Sand Springs this evening. Been a beautiful day today, and we're looking for some wind, and I guess going to heat up tomorrow, and then some wind on Tuesday and Wednesday, and some storms and things like that while it gets ready to start trying to cool back down again. So look forward to that. Maybe we'll get some rain out of it, because we sure need the rain, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks for picking me up, and we'll say 73 to everybody, and let's get on with the net there. KE5NCP.
All right, thank you, Tom. Good to hear you check in there. We have the answers now as Delta and Alpha. Our next station here is AI5Q. Jairus, we already have his trivia answers as Delta and Charlie. So, Jairus, take it away.
Thanks, AI5Q here, and I'm dealing with some kid problems, not wanting to go to bed, and having to be drugged upstairs, and then accidentally stepped on his foot, so now he's crying like a stuck banshee. So I got to deal with this. I'll maybe talk a little bit more next time. AI5Q, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Jairus. That doesn't sound like a fun time at all, but yeah, enjoy it, I guess, as much as you can. Thanks for checking in there. It's good to hear you, and we'll talk to you next time. And our next station here is KC0DQT. Philip, how you doing, Philip? And what do you have for the Beaconnet tonight?
W8WKY.
Kilo Charlie 0 Delta Quebec Tango. Philip, this is K8QKO. Do you have comments for the Beaconnet? All right. Sounds like people might be jumping around other nets on me. That's all right. Perhaps Philip can recheck with us later. That takes us down to VY1MGS Mike. Or Michael, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beaconnet tonight?
VY1MGS returning. Oh, greetings, Nick. Everyone on net. Mike or Michael, all good to me. Everyone's sounding good there tonight. I had to change modes there earlier. I did my initial check-in on Allstar. Briefly after that, we were removed from utility power here. Looks like we have outage of a few. Actually, my tourist right now. We hear reports it is a trip breaker and maybe an hour or so to restore. So hopefully that doesn't take too long. It's about minus 6 degrees Charlie here. That's around 20 degrees Foxtrot, 21 degrees Foxtrot, I believe. The outside is white. I won't go into any more detail, but adding layers to our life, let's say. Hey, good timing for rereading the trivia. Appreciate that. Thank you. We'll go for Charlie and Charlie on the trivia answers. Once again, have a great one, everyone. Thanks for taking my check-in. How are you today, Nick? Back to you from VY1MGS.
All right, I'm doing well, Mike. Thank you. Thanks for checking in there. And yeah, we don't like the S word really yet, but it's coming. Yeah, actually, I don't really mind it too much. I don't mind snow. I don't like the ice. So yeah, I can deal with fluffy snow all day long. Just shovel it. Maybe now my son's big enough he can shovel it. Send him out there to do it. But yeah, I don't mind that as much. But it's what comes after with all the ice that I really don't like. So that's how it goes. And like I said, I got your answers to Charlie and Charlie. So thanks for checking in there, Michael. And we'll catch you later. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're at the bottom of our list. We're ready for some more check-ins. So like I said, as I promised, we would do some more check-ins. Anyone out there who would like to check into the Beaconnet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar, EP8MO Andy in Newberry, recheck.
W8KFW Carl, Ravenna Township. Check it in.
I got a recheck from Andy, and I have a check-in from WBA KFW, Carl. So I'm gonna take the recheck from Andy. So you know, Andy, the first recheck is free. The other ones you start getting billed. Go ahead and take it away, sir.
Well, okay. Yeah, I was on the phone for quite a while and speaking with a friend of mine, non-ham friend, but known him for quite a while, and we were catching up on some things. So it's hard to catch him because he's a father, and his wife is a stay-at-home mom, so he doesn't get a whole lot of time to do anything when he's not working and when he's not taking care of the kids. So. Just have to try to catch him whenever possible. So anyway, had a great time at MAPS. It was great seeing you. I saw both Nicks there. That was wonderful. Saw Eric. And as much as I would love to answer Eric's trivia question, I kind of provided that for him. So I guess it would be unfair for me to answer it. But I'm glad to see that all the questions, all the answers were used. So he picked some great distractors in there because there doesn't appear to be any broad consensus on what it may or may not be. So anyway, so I guess I'm going to have to go with Grandma Corvaldo Bean's toaster on that one. And for Alan's, the 1-inch by 2-inch piece of moon rock, we'll go with that one. So, I don't know how you want to field that for an answer, other than abstain, I suppose, on the first one. Again, it was great seeing you, Nick, and Eric, and Dustin. No, let's see, Dustin wasn't there, so forget him. But there was a whole lot of other people that I saw at the Ham Fest, so it was great to get an eyeball with many of you. I think I saw Dick and Susan and who else? Tom, MNT, and a few others. So the Sarah Club was well represented, which doesn't surprise me because it's not that far of a drive for you guys. It was about 60 miles one way. I thought it was only 40. But when I went to go look at my tripodometer, when I pulled out of maps, it was already at 61 miles. So, I mean, I drove over 120 miles round trip. But, hey, that's typical for me. I travel to see you guys. So there, I must love you guys, especially you just, Nick. Back to you, Nick, at night. This is AB and MO.
All right, thank you, Andy. Yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, it's a big closer for me. I'm not very far away at all, actually. I live on the south side of Akron, so getting down to Maps is pretty easy as long as I can make it there. Oh, and if Jeannie's still listening, she was talking about how being too early. You know, Jeannie, I got there at about 10 o'clock today, so you could have gotten up later and still made it down. That's kind of what I did. I actually had to take my kid. He had a bike, a school trip bike thing on the towpath trail in the national park. So I dropped him off for that, and then went down to the Hamfest, spent the day at the Hamfest, and then went and picked him up from his biking trip. So that's how it worked out pretty well. Anyway, thanks, Andy. Good to see you. We have your answers down as Abstain and Charlie. Next, we're going to go down to WKFW. Carl, how you doing, sir? And what do you have in the Vegan Net tonight?
Oh, over here at Ravenna Township, we're at a nice, clear 32 degrees. Frost on a pumpkin tonight, I guess. Anyways, I just been messing around here on 20 meters on this FT8. And over the last 15 minutes, I have gotten France, Israel, and Lebanon. I guess Lebanon must be pretty hard to get because I've never had them before. But 20 meters is wide open. It looks like it's wide open all the way into Europe and the Middle East. So if you guys like to work FT8 on 20, now's a good time. And that's about it over here. Oh, Oh, yeah, trivia questions. I guess I'll take D and D. Back to net, W8KFW in freezing cold, Ravenna, Ohio.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Carl. We got your answers down for Delta and Delta. Thanks for checking in there. I don't know if I've heard you check in before, so I appreciate it. It's always good to see new call signs checking into the net. And this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're ready for more check-ins. Anyone out there who'd like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
KCA 5 Vector.
All right, I've got KC8FQV Mark. Go ahead and take it away, sir.
All right, yep, good seeing everyone I seen down there at the Ham Fest at Maslin, at the Tandem Museum, and the Trivia Canada and the Rock. Canada and that piece of rock, 2 by whatever. Other than that, yeah, I enjoyed the whole weekend. It was busy. Went to Cedar Point yesterday, last night, late afternoon, evening. Came back, went to the Ham Fest, and I was surprised I got up in time and got out to do that. So that worked out. So everything else is good, and good seeing everyone. That was full, and one of the guys said that the tube guy's going to Fort Wayne, so I guess Fort Wayne is going to be. Yeah, these ham fests are getting thinner and thinner, you know. So if you don't support them, yeah, there won't be any. And you won't be able to put that thing in your hand to decide you want to buy it or not. You're going to look at the computer screen and you're going to buy it off a computer screen. I think what happens a lot of cars, people buy a car and they don't like it, and then they take a big loss and sell it. So we'll send it back to net, KSFQV.
All right, thank you, Mark. Good to see you there, too. And we have your answers down as Charlie and Charlie. Okay, is there anyone else out there that would like to check into the Beacon Net? Please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. Nothing heard. Up and talk to our net control stations. We're going to start with K8VZA, Eric. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the net tonight?
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA. Had a good time at the Ham Fest, which I think I mentioned earlier. But yes, it was great. It was good seeing you and everybody else. And what else? I bought a few things. I bought a 4-to-1 Balun and some paracord. And I'm going to try to, or not going to try, I'm going to make an off-center fed dipole. And Mike was there. I can't remember his call sign, N and something with an X in it, probably an 8 also, maybe. Anyway, he demonstrated his at the Sarah picnic this past August, and I want to give one a shot. What else? I had the pulled pork sandwich at the Ham Fest. Very tasty, very tasty. And after the Ham Fest was over, I circulated through the back room there with all the memorabilia and then out by the aircraft And there's an A7 Corsair 2 that actually was in the North Atlantic on a cruise with the battle group I was in at the time, many, many years ago, 1985 to be exact. And it was kind of coinky-dink to be standing there with a plane that had been with me in the North Atlantic. So kind of cool. Anyway, KE8 VZA back to that. Oh, answer Delta for the alternate, and I'm going to abstain for the primary. So KE8 VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. We have your answer is Delta for the alternate. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Seeing an actual plane that was on a cruise with you when you were in serving. The closest I get is the guy standing by the door. I pointed at Nick with he's like, oh, the guy with the neckerchief and the white gloves, and I said, yep. I wore that stuff when I was in, so the fancy gate guard outfit. Anyway, thank you, Eric. Appreciate all you do. And next we have KD8APC. Dustin, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Oh, I wonder if Dustin fell asleep. He said during the pre-show that he was going to be back at a radio and be on the net tonight. We'll give one more call out. KD8EPC, Dustin, K8QKO. How you doing, sir? Do you have anything for the Beacon Net tonight? Oh, well, I guess Dustin must have turned into a pumpkin. Let's hope no kids come by and throw him off a bridge. Next, we'll go down to KD8SLG. Just Nick. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for us tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Nick at night, and all of the Beacon netizens. Great spending some time with you today, man. We had a blast. The Coney dogs were awesome. I'm voting in solidarity with Rev Kev. We're going double D's for trivia tonight. Got an early day tomorrow, so I'm knocking off, but wanted to be here and say hi. KD8SLG back to net control. Thanks, Nick.
All right, thank you, Nick. Yeah, I heard that Coney dog was pretty good. That was pretty good. I went up there to get one, and apparently they said that Just Nick ate all the Coney sauce. So I got robbed there a little bit. But yeah, it was nice hanging out with you, Nick. It's good to see you. We have your answers down as Delta and Delta. Oh, I probably should identify real quick. I forget where I've lost my interval. This is K8QKO on the WWQR repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're going to go talk to KI5 DAY Allen. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the net tonight?
KI5 DAY in the net. Well, in the infamous words of an older lady one time that I saw after I was waking up from a surgery, she came in shortly after me. In her infamous words when she woke up, she goes, "Hey, where am I?" That's what I have. I don't know. I had woke up once from a surgery and I thought I was late for work. All I remember was hearing a bunch of beeping sounds, and I had no idea I was hooked up to a machine. I just thought I was late for work and my alarm was going off or something. So I tried to get up, and the lady told me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm trying to get up for work." And she goes, "You're not late for work, sir. You're in a bed. You just had a surgery." I was like, "Oh." So I calmed down, and I wrote this other old lady in, and she says, "Hey, where am I?" And I got tickled, and I said, "You're late for work." I shouldn't tell her that, so I didn't say that no more. Let me reset.
W8WKY.
All right, where was I? Just had some more grub worms and Junebug, so he's pretty happy and content for the night. And yeah, on the regular trivia, I guess I'll just say D. Sounds like a good answer for me. And I'll be hanging out, waiting to give the answer to the alternate trivia. Hope everybody is well. KI5DAY back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Yeah, I've told that to my wife before, a couple times actually. Like middle of the night, she wakes up and she's like, "Oh, is it time to get up for work?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's time to get up for work." It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Or if she takes a nap on like a Sunday, you know, she'll wake up kind of groggy. And she's like, "Whoa, what time is it?" I'm like, "Oh, you slept through the whole night. It's time. You have time to get up for work. You hurry up, get up for work." I find it entertaining. I don't know if she does. Probably not, but that's how it goes. And my answers for the trivia are going to be Delta and Bravo. So we'll see how that works out. Yeah, already identified. So let's do another round of check-ins. Let's see if anyone out there wants to check into the BeaconNet. Please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. Okay, well, I guess that's nobody else wants to check in there. So let's go and get our trivia answers. Let's go up to K8VZA, Eric, to read the primary answer. So, Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA, back with the main trivia answer. So the country to launch the first geosynchronous satellite for commercial communications within its own country was Charlie, Canada. Believe it or not, Canada. The Anik, A-N-I-K-A satellites, the Anik Alpha satellites, were the world's first national domestic satellites. Prior to Anik A1's launch in 1972, there were 3 Alphas. The first one launched in 72. All geosynchronous communication satellites were transcontinental, like the Intelsat and others. The Anik A fleet of 3 satellites gave the CBC the ability to reach the Canadian North for the first time. So that was good for the people who live up there, can be in the loop as far as national communications in Canada. Pretty cool. Thanks, Andy, for that, ABNMO, for that question you slipped my way during the Hamfest. And this is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. I'm Googling that because I'm curious. Did Canada actually launch it, or did they create the satellite and have somebody else launch it for them? So I wasn't aware that Canada had like a launch facility. It looks like that was launched on a Delta 1914 rocket. Oh, I was curious. Anyway, let's go down and talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate answer read for us.
KI5DAY with the alternate trivia answer. Here we go. Which one of these items was sold at auction for an amazing $90,000? Was it A copy of Harry Potter novel with typos, a bracelet Marilyn Monroe was wearing when she died, a 1-inch by 2-inch piece of moon rock sealed in nitrogen, or a boat oar used by the famous Scottish 1700s explorer Major Pinker? Well, everybody seemed to agree that it was a 1-inch by 2-inch moon rock sealed in nitrogen. Well, I will say that you do seal moon rock in nitrogen to protect it. However, that's not the right answer. The right answer was actually a copy of a Harry Potter novel. It was called originally the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone until it was changed to the Sorcerer's Stone. A few of the first editions came out and there were some mistakes made. So with the typos that were made in that book, it became very valuable if you had an edition of it, and somebody bought one at an auction for $90,000, which is insanity. But anyways, with that, myself and Larry say happy trails. KI5DAY, back to you.
All right. Thanks for another fine alternate question there, Andy. Alan. I called you Andy. Sorry about that. I'm not sure who I compliment best by doing that, but you guys can fight over it. All right. Thanks for another fine alternate question. And this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We have the we talked to everybody. We got all the trivia answers read. Let's see if there's anyone else out there that wants to check in or recheck before we close this thing down. If you do, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, well, that sounds like a wrap for the net tonight. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8VZA, K8SLG, K8EBC, KI5DAY, W8HRF, and K8YUK, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WWKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sunday. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time, on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. Wait, yeah, that's right. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all.
W8WKY.